What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to do a guild raid tutorial with nothing but characters and cards that are available in the game, which means no collaboration cards, no collab characters, and it's not going to be as good as what we've done in the past with using the collab characters because they're just freaking overly powered. It's crazy, but you can still do what you need to get the maximum rewards from guild raid. So in guild raid on expert mode, and this is where the really good stuff is, if you're able to get 103 million per key, you get 4 keys per day. If you can get 103 million, then you're going to be able to have a chance of getting one of these stones which has the double attack. So this goes up to 10% here, and this goes up to 12%. So that's 22% for each stone. And even though we know dot effects do stack, we also know that if a character, say, has shock damage and you just put a stone like this on them, it's going to increase the attack. It's going to increase the amount of dot damage you're doing because you're increasing the attack. They're still extremely valuable. We also know that another guild raid is going to be coming, but we don't know what's going to happen in that. We have no idea what kind of effect we will need to take down the meter of Rugal. So, but these stones are absolutely amazing. I've actually used them on lots of characters that don't have the same dot effect, and they really just prove to be extremely valuable. You also have a chance of getting, you know, the gold hammers, of course, the memories, and the unpairing kits and capsules, of course. So all you have to do is hit 103 million. If you do that 4 times, you get 4 of these keys a day. If you can do that 4 times, you will be able to get the maximum rewards. Now, even if you can't play on expert and you're playing on easy, normal, hard, or I'm sorry, and you're playing on normal, right? Even if you're playing on normal with this team, it's still going to be a great team to use because there still are some good rewards in here. On normal, you're only going to need to score about 40 million per run, and on normal you'll still have a chance of getting these stones here, these silver stones, which are good. They do increase attack, and you know, and sometimes what you have to do is you have to take these lower level stones, level them up so you're able to get the better stones from expert mode later on. And these stones don't cost as much to level up. Maybe one of these days I'll do a comparison between leveling up a gold imprint stone and leveling up one of these, just so you all can see that. So this team still could be really good for normal and really good for expert as well. And we're going to use Iori. We're going to use Iori for his leadership because he's going to be bumping up our damage dealer. He's going to be bumping up Guinness because of the 60% increased attack, but he's not going to bump up Psyche. That's something to keep in mind. My Iori is well built. He does have max capsules. He does have max imprint stones. In fact, this stone here you get from a dungeon. This stone here you get from a dungeon. And this stone here you actually get from expert mode from guild raid. So I could still make him stronger. I could actually get even more attack if I had 2 more stones like this one here on here. And then we're going to run the Leah set. The Leah set is actually extremely good here because the Leah set, we're not going to be using any PG rate cards, option cards like these down here, because they are from collabs. This is from the Intama collab. This is from the 7 Nights collab. So we're not going to use those at all. We're going to use these cards because they are in the game. You can always get them, and they increase power charge rate by 1.5% when attacking. So when you're attacking, where you're doing your skills or doing basic attacks, it doesn't matter. You're getting an extra 1.5% increase to power charge rate, which does make a difference. Having that extra PG rate is really important. And the Leah set is very important because of the proc, because it can reset your cooldowns. And whenever you reset skills, you build up your PG by doing your skills. And because you can reset your skills, you have a high chance of doing it. 30%, it says 30%, but honestly, it seems like it's more like 80%. When it resets the skills, you can do more skills and build up your PG even faster with using this card. And that's very important when you're trying to do this. And then Psyche here, he's at level 40. And honestly, guys, at level 40, he's really where you want him. I think 3-star, he'd still be fine. He'd probably still have enough survivability if you have imprint stones on him, because I have no imprint stones, so if you do have them at 3-star, maybe you got some HP imprint stones, like the imprint stones that offer extra HP, like these here, HP, and then it would be darkness. And to defense fighter, that would really help giving me some extra HP and increasing his survivability. But we're going to run the KS set that really bumps up his damage. Honestly, you could run a Leah set, Akane, whatever. But the KS set's really good for him because he's a defensive character and he just gets a lot of attack from it. And we're going to use the Terry option card because this card actually offers increased basic attack power charge rate by 3.2%. So when you're doing your basic attacks, not your regular active skills, skill 1, 2, and 3, just your basic attacks, you're actually building up your PG faster, which is very important. Actually, if I had another one of those other cards that I've just shown you that was on Iori, I would have put that on Psyche, but I only had 2 of them, and I wanted one on Guinness and I wanted one on Iori because they are the main characters that I want to build that PG the fastest. That way, I can switch them out because Psyche, he does apply darkness, and if he does get, bombed, or if he doesn't quite use his PG fast enough, it's still okay as long as we can keep the rotation between Guinness and Iori all intertwined together, because you want to do Guinness's 3 PG and then you want to do Iori's 5 PG and do them in conjunction with each other whenever Rugal is stunned. So really pretty awesome that I don't have any imprint stones on. So that does give a lot of you hope for a 3-star character, 3-star Psyche to use with some imprint stones that offer some extra HP. And then we're using Guinness. Now my Guinness is completely maxed out. He does have all these imprint stones. This is one from the Guild Raid, the double attack. This is one from the Immortal Victor. And this is one from another dungeon as well. So I could bump up Guinness even more by having another double attack right here. Can make him even stronger. And then we're also running Leah set for the same reasons that I talked about earlier. And we're also going to run this card as well because of the PG rate. And you want the Kazumi card because of the CP gain on both Iori and Guinness. And in all honesty, you could, if you don't have the Kazumi card, you could just run one of these option cards, and then you could run the Terry option card, have both of these for that extra PG rate if you're running a Leah set. That would probably still get it done. Now, as far as strikers, all these strikers are available in the game. And, you have All-Star Leona here, which offers the increased active team members critical damage by 30% for 10 seconds. Something to keep in mind is she's only level 90. All I did was unlock her core. Matter of fact, I'll just show you that real quick. She's just level 90. I haven't unlocked anything but her main striker attack core. Just took her up to level 90 so I could unlock this complete core. I don't want to move this because it'll probably cause the game to crash. I mean, that's all you need to do. You just need to unlock her core completely, and then you'll get the critical damage by 30%, which is very, very important for someone like Iori because he has so much critical rate to begin with. And something else to keep in mind, if she was awakened, if she had higher levels, if she had a card set on her, we would be getting a lot more CP that would add on to the CP that Iori already has. That would make a big difference. And also Ash, I didn't run a card set on him. He is 5-star, level 41, but I didn't run a card set, so he has lower CP than what he normally would offer if I did have a card set on. But he's a great striker for Psyche because you get the increased attack equal to 15% of defense, which really synergizes really well with Psyche and with the KS set, and then the increased power charge rate by 9%. That's very, very important. So you always want to bring in Ash to get in that extra PG rate on top of having the PG card. And then Guinness here, we're going to use Lady Geese. We're using Lady Geese because she actually applies darkness. And this really works out well because you have the darkness from the second character. So what you want to do is you want to bring in Psyche, apply darkness, then you're going to bring in Guinness, run through his skills. Hopefully the Leah set will proc again so you can do more damage. And then if the darkness wears off or if Rugal explodes, then you can bring in Lady Geese right after he explodes to apply more darkness and run through your skills again. It works out really well. You guys can see that you can actually do some pretty decent damage. And again, she's only 3-star and she doesn't have a card set. So again, having card sets on your strikers does make a difference. Having imprint stones on them does make a difference because it does add extra CP. You can do a lot more damage. You don't really need these characters to be this strong. Honestly, I think if you add 3-star to 4-star characters up here, you're still going to get that 103 million using this team. It will be difficult, but I feel very confident that you could get it done. Now, I did a pre-recorded run of this. I'm not going to do this because I actually want to do a run with my OP teams so I get the max amount of score to help out my guild raid. But I just want to show you guys what this team, the way they're set up, is capable of doing. So let's jump into the action and let's rock and roll. Okay, so as always, you just want to start with your skills. Don't bring in Leona in the first rotation. Just run through your skills. There we go. Just do 3 skills, then switch to Psyche. Apply the darkness, run through your skills, and you're going to have to horse around a little bit. Now, I could have brought in Guinness and just started attacking, but I kind of want to get into the rotation of using Iori with Guinness's 3 PG. So here we go. There we go. Now we're going to do our 3 PG. And then we're going to switch to Iori. We're going to do some basic attacks. And boom, we got our 5 PG ready. And this is exactly what you're trying to do. You want to try to break the barrier with Guinness. Break Rugal's meter with Guinness. I'm going to run through 3 skills again. We switch to Psyche. And now we have our 3 PG. We're going to go ahead and use our 3 PG to stall the timer. That way, whenever we come back around to using Guinness again, we'll be able to switch from Guinness to Iori. And if my Psyche was built better, if he had imprint stones on, we would apply even more darkness. We would do even more damage. So that's something to keep in mind. I mean, if he was 5-star, if he was all imprint stoned up, we would do a lot better. But this team can definitely get you the 103 million. I would say if they're at 3 to 4 star, you might need some imprint stones on them. But I mean, in expert mode, they do ask you to do a lot of damage. You know, it's in-game content, so it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But this video is to show all of you that you can do it with the characters that are in the game. You don't need collaboration characters. You don't need collab cards. You can absolutely do it. And it really wasn't all that difficult with these characters the way they're built. I actually only did this run maybe a couple times. It wasn't too difficult at all. In fact, with the way my characters are built, I can just do it one time. And you always want to bring Leona when you're going to be using Iori's 5 PG. And there you saw that Leah set take effect. That's something that's nice about that Leah set. Whenever that thing procs, you just, you know, in Rugal's stun like that, you can just run through your skills, do your skills again, build up your PG fast enough to do the 5 PG like what we just did. It makes a big difference. That damn set is insane. Let's go. And you always want to kind of start with Psyche's second skill, actually, because it has that super armor. And again, if he's 3-star, I'm pretty sure he would still do really well. There we go. And smack. Bring in the big guns now. Now we're going to do some basics. Come on, come on, come on. We got our 5 PG. And we already hit over 100 million, guys. We've already hit it. And you can maybe switch out Iori, but honestly, Iori and Guinness are just a great team for this. They synergize really well with their ultimates. I mean, look, guys, we've already done 124 million. We have 38 seconds left to go. And we're just going to do more and more damage. If I was using those PG option cards from the collabs, we would do even better because we would be able to build up our PG even faster. If I was using the Tekken set on Iori and with another PG card, we would do even better because, again, we would just build up our PG even faster. It's all about building up your PG. And there you saw Rugal's meter was almost completely finished, but we was able to get it in there. I mean, the cards that I'm using are offering enough PG that we can get away with it. We can still stay in our rotation and still do the optimal damage. Let's go. Come on. And I know in the last video, a lot of you really just requested me to try to come up with a team that you could use just from the game with no collaborations and no collaboration cards, because it's nice to see all those OP runs with the collab characters. But the truth is, a lot of people just don't have those characters. And that is the truth. And I'm trying to build up my 3 PG. So that's why I wanted to throw this out there for all of you. I was actually pleasantly surprised with how well this worked. And I'm going to end up pausing this before the end of the video and show you how much damage we did right before the end. All right, here we go. And you can see that we were able to hit 179 million, way over that 103 million cap, way over. In fact, if I would, play just a little bit longer, we would get over 180 million, no problem. So you can do this with the characters that are available in the game and with the cards that are in the game. So hopefully this will help some of you out there. And let me know if it does help any of you. And as always, let me know what characters you've gotten, what cards you've gotten. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.